Hello, and thank you for tuning in to Infinite Purpose and Truth. I'm your host, Anastasia Wyndham. You guys, welcome to another amazing show. I have missed you guys so much, and I have missed sharing with you. I have missed talking with each and every last one of you. Um, if you are a new listener, if you are someone who've never actually tuned into the show before, I want to take the opportunity to say, welcome. Welcome to Infinite Purpose and Truth. Here is a space where limits are removed and purpose and truth exist. Here you will find unlimited reasons for your existence and possess the ability to walk in your truth. Welcome. So, you guys, we are back. And thank God we are here. Thank God for another day. Thank God for another opportunity to be able to share with you guys. Um, Before we get started, I want to take the time to thank everyone who actually listens to the show. Thank everyone who actually shares it, who message me, who inboxes me, who sends emails, who actually go the extra mile to let me know that they have been blessed and encourages me as I encourage you guys to continue to keep going. I want you guys to know that it's not in vain. And I truly thank each and every last one of you because it is because of you the reason that I turn these cameras on, because I want you guys to know that you are not alone. There is someone who genuinely cares, someone who genuinely loves you, and someone who is really concerned about you reaching your level of success that I know that you can reach and that you know you can reach. So, you guys, thank you. Okay, so listen, it is my last semester of school, and I will literally be finished in the next 2 months. I cannot believe that this time flew by so fast. I have really, really been overwhelmed, but at the same time, I'm very grateful to have seen it. To see the progress get to this point is quite rewarding. I was riding about a week ago, and as I was riding, I was in deep thought, and it really hit me that I truly am in a new phase of evolving into a greater version of myself. And as I begin to think on that, I realized that each and every last one of us will hit this phase at some point in our lives more than once, where everything that you're doing will seem so small, and everything that you are surrounded by and the people you are surrounded by, you will feel an increasingly large amount of growth as if you have outgrown it. There will be friends that you once had fun with and hung out and your conversation was great. You will soon find that your language has changed. You will soon find that places and things that you once did that brought you a great sense of joy will no longer bring that sense of fulfillment anymore. There will be an increasing amount of hunger for something more. If you're wondering what evolution means, evolution is literally changing in a way that helps you adapt to your environment. It's becoming stronger, wiser, healthier, more knowledgeable than the generations before you. We hear that so often that, I'm going to be the curse breaker in the family. I'm fighting against generational curses, or, that is a statement that I've heard pretty much my entire life. But in order to do so, you have to be able to adapt to the time that is at hand, and you have to be able to raise your level of thinking to a higher state of thinking. You can't expect to achieve this level of greatness that everybody promises as if it's something that's just going to happen overnight. You can't expect to reach that in an instant because let's just face it, the ultimate goal is as we grow older, we should be evolving into an even greater person of who we once was. Everybody is striving for greatness, greater wealth, greater health, greater prosperity, a bigger family, a bigger house, a bigger car. All of those things are well, but we have to be striving for greatness within ourselves, within our souls, within our inner being, as well as outward. In order to reach this great level of greatness, we have to first know that we ourselves have to see greatness in ourselves. And sometimes I think that's the hard part because it's easy to support others and it's easy to speak well of others and it's easy to support others, but we find it difficult when it's time to see greatness in ourselves, even though you have not reached it yet. You know, like I said, you guys, if you follow me, you know I've been in church my entire life. I come from a strong Pentecostal background, and my parents have instilled in me that, you know, it's best to be humble, not be proud. Um, you know, don't think of yourself higher than you should. Um, they pretty much instilled that pride comes before a great fall. You know, all those things that I've heard my entire life, but I wouldn't say walk around thinking that you are better than the next person. But at the same time, you have to hold some type of high regards to yourself when it comes to you. You cannot go throughout life thinking the best of everyone else, supporting everyone else, and you falling short when it's coming to you. What happens is you end up with a cup that you're pouring into other people, and you will soon find that it's empty. And you will begin to complain about no one is giving you back what you've given them. And hey, let's just face it, I think everybody who has a good heart has been there. I have definitely been there where you are overcompensating, giving so much and building everyone else up in regards of putting everything, every dream, every ambition, every hope that you have for greatness to the back. Because the reality is you see greatness in others, but you have failed to see the greatness in you. We ourselves have to see the greatness in us first because God has given us the ability to see it before we see it. God has given us the ability to envision it before it comes to pass. There is a method to bringing anything to pass. You have to first, your spirit has to first see it before it can naturally manifest. Everything that you see in the natural happened first in someone's mind. It was an idea. And when you have that idea, you have to believe that idea. Something that I have experienced as I was on a level of gaining my confidence and things that I would like to obtain or do along the way. Sometimes we look for acceptance amongst other people for them to be able to accept what it is that you see within your mind. You're wanting them to see the same thing, but the reality is God has not given them the vision to see what you see. God has not given them the ability to see it. Does not mean that they don't support it. Does not mean that they're not there for you or they're not rooting for you. Sometimes we have to stop looking at things from a negative perspective. Hey, it may actually be true, but when you believe in your own self, when you see greatness in your own self, when you push your own self, when you get that vision that God has given you and you believe and you know that it's going to come to pass, it doesn't matter what anybody says because, hey, if you have to do it alone, you'll do it alone. Whatever it takes, you believe and you know that God will send the right help along the way and it will surely come to pass. But there is a process as you evolve into a greater version of who you are. It's not just seeing the greatness within yourself and believing the greatness within yourself. In order for you to have this great level of growth, sometimes you have to write it down. There goes those goals. You have to write it down, draw it out, put it on paper. Sometimes your natural eyes need to make contact with what your spiritual eyes have already seen. God has shown it to you, but you need to make physical contact with your natural eyes to see it in real time. Okay? That's what I call it. You need to make a real connection with it so that it becomes real. And when you're showing it to those who are going to help you bring this thing to pass, to help it manifest, uh, you will have something to show them. There is no building, there isn't any building that has been constructed, there isn't any device that has been constructed successfully and manufactured without a blueprint. It first started in the visionary's mind, and then it met paper. If you go into a court system and you're trying to sue someone, sometimes verbal agreement may work, but nothing sticks like paper. Pen and paper, it means something. It is legally binding. Spiritually, it is legally binding. Once you have seen that thing in your mind, God has given your spirit the ability to see it, you've spoken it, and you've written it down. Everything is going to continue to manifest itself. You brought it into a reality. Now it's time to work. Everything that you want to achieve, if it's better health, write down a diet plan. Write down what it is, the goals that you're expecting to achieve for your health. If it's financial liberty, write down a plan of financial freedom. It is one thing to pray. Once again, I say, we pray a lot and we believe God a lot, but sometimes, in order for us to get to this level, we have to have the right mindset to get us there. We are evolving into something greater than our mothers, our fathers, our grandmothers, great grandmothers. They wish that they probably could have lived to have seen. But the truth is, the world that they lived in, that they prepared us for, is not the same. I remember when I was 20, I graduated from college and I received my degree in business administration. I had some amazing instructors who prepared me for everything for the future. And some of those things are still instilled in me. Even though my husband and I are the owners, I'm never on site unless I'm dressed up. If I would have to stop by a site and I'm not dressed up in my work uniform, I almost feel like I'm out of place. Um, I try my best to go above and beyond when it comes to the order and organization of things being a certain way when I'm doing paperwork. It's embedded in me for things to be done a certain way. because this is how we were taught. We have a digital form as well as a manual form. Even though I use digital, I still use manual because in my mind, I was taught you must always have a backup. You must always have something to fall on in case the computer crashes. Meanwhile, everything that I was prepared for, some things are a little more obsolete these days compared to what was taught. We're living in a time where many young people do not have to have an education or a degree in order to reach millions, success, and wealth. All they need is a phone. Um, Most people don't have to go into a business setting. They can work at home in the comfort of their homes with their children. This was a huge no no when it came to business for us because children were not allowed in a professional setting. All I'm saying is, as time progresses, to reach this level of success, you have to evolve with time. But you have to have some self awareness. It's not being prideful to want what's best for you. It's not being prideful to think that the product that you're offering, the songs that you're singing, the things that you're selling, it is the best quality. It is the best. I'm giving the best because in order to sell to someone else, you have to first sell it to yourself. You have to first believe in yourself. You have to first see greatness in yourself in order for anyone else to see it. Some people won't even listen. Some people will not give you the time of day until you've reached a certain level. But before you can even reach that level, you have to first know that you are great. But you have to first spiritually know that you are great first. Things change over a period of time. As you change and as you evolve, everybody does not evolve in a greater version. The potential is there, but there is what I call a fork in the road. Some things paralyze you and some things handicap you and keep you from moving forward to this level of success and greatness that you are desiring. The biggest thing is fear. If you are someone who has suffered or who suffers with anxiety, you are afraid of change, you are afraid of something new, there is the fear of what if. Now, you guys, I always tell you the greatest form of regret is not knowing what would have happened had you actually went through with it. Sometimes you have to face your fears, overcome your fears to get to this place that you are evolving into. Because once you reach that place where you feel the growth on you, you're either going to minimize yourself or you're going to burst past it because it is an uncomfortable position to be in when you know that you are changing. Evolution takes place not only in people, but in many things. If you look at trees, trees are not as big in circumference or height as what they once were before. And that is because there's such a great demand for lumber, a significant increase due to the enormous spike of need for housing. And this alone creates a demand for more retail spaces, gas stations, schools, you name it, everything that will cater to that particular area is needed. Um, in return, in order to produce the housing, the schools, the gas station, the stores, the retail spaces, um, the production of lumber is needed and it has to grow much faster than what it normally would. Because it needs to grow much faster, durability is the sacrifice. If you notice, most wood that was produced prior in old housing was more sturdier, was stronger, was thicker versus the wood that you get now. Because although it meets the demand, it is not the same amount of durability. What I want you guys to know is as you evolve into something greater, as you evolve into the greatest version of yourself, as you continually evolve into the greatest version of yourself, don't lose your durability of who you are. Don't lose the strength of who you are as a person. You see, you're not evolving into someone else. You're evolving into the greatest version of yourselves. And oftentimes we get complacent because we're so focused on other people growth. We're so focused on what God is doing for someone else. We're so focused on how other people are maturing in areas and how God is blessing them and they've obtained this, and you feel the need to try to speed up your growth. But I want to encourage you to live in the moment where God is giving you the wisdom and God is giving you the knowledge and the strength that you need to get to that level of growth, because you're going to need it in order to have that type of endurance to sustain it. God did not create us to be like anybody else but ourselves. God did not create us to think like anyone else but ourselves. He's giving you your own mind, and God will speak to you right where you are. All of these things and more are so important when it comes to you growing into the best version of yourselves. I want you to know that everybody desires to grow. Even if you feel like you're stuck, there's still a part of you that wants more. And there's still a part of you that wants to do better. But in order to do those things, you have to get to where the knowledge is that you need in order to thrive. The things that we've learned today is you have to first envision it, speak it, write it down, then do the work. So many times we pray and we ask God to just make it magically happen. Although God is a miracle worker, God is not a magician. Some things we have to work on. Some things we ourselves have to work on. Some things our mind has to be conditioned for in order to receive this level of greatness, in order to grow to this level. Some things our mind has to be ready for. And if you be honest, in the moment that you were really pushing for growth and you were really wanting to obtain those things that it was that you wanted, had you got them, would you be able to sustain them? I thank God for every lesson. I just told my husband this. I thank God for every lesson. I thank God for every moment that I didn't have what I probably needed in those moments. God supplied it. I thank God for every hard time. I thank God for every struggle. I thank God for every time I cried. I didn't know which way to turn. I thank God for every lonely moment. I thank God for them all because what God was teaching me was, in spite of it all, whether I'm with someone in a crowd or whether I'm standing alone, God is yet with me, and He has given me the wisdom, the knowledge, and the durability to sustain the amount of growth that is given. So, you guys, we thank God for humble beginnings. We thank God for where we have started. We thank God for where God has allowed us to come to. But at the same time, I want you to keep your mind focused on things that are to come and believe and know within yourself that you are great. It is not pride to think well of yourself. It is not pride to think the best of your capabilities. It is because of the God-given capability that God have given each and every last one of us to get to where it is that you're desiring for it to be. And if you don't have confidence in yourself, and if you don't have confidence in your ability, don't expect anybody else to. Don't overcompensate the lack of confidence in yourself by giving encouragement, praise, love, support, help to others. You have to also, in return, help yourself, love yourself, encourage yourself, speak life over yourself, speak life over your gift, speak life over your family, speak life over your marriage, speak well of what is to come. Write down the things that you're believing God for, write down the things that God is showing you. And last but not least, put in the work. Watch how God allow everything that you have seen, that many may have doubted and some may have not believed. Watch how God allow everything to surely come to pass. It will be a testament to your faith of how you believed in God and how God was able to see you through. I love y'all. It's about time to go pick up my kids. I wish you guys I could share so much more with you. I have more. It might be a part two to this, but listen, I want you guys to know that you are great. I want you guys to know that you will do well. If you have a business idea, it will do well. If you want to go back to school, you will do well. If you want a new job, if it's God's will, you obtain it. New house, new car, you will get it. Perfect health, work for it. It's coming. It's achievable. You will get it. But I need you to leave it for yourself first. Don't go telling those beautiful gift ideas, visions to the wrong people, because sometimes people will put a weight and will put a mental block on what it is that God is trying to do for you. Keep your mind in a higher state of thinking. Keep your mind in a peaceful place of thinking. Keep your mind on greatness. Greatness is in each and every last one of you, and I believe that you will achieve it by the grace of God. I love you. I'm praying for you. Stay connected. If you would like to send me an email, you can email me at infinitepurpose@yahoo.com, or you can drop me a comment to let me know how you enjoyed the show. I love you guys. I hope you have a great day. Bye.